Okay, welcome to episode 3 of our new show. So from now on we will give it its correct title. So welcome to episode 3 of Outfitter Tales. This week we're bringing you the show from the Game Wildlife Conservation Trust Game Fair at Scone. I'm ambassador for the show this year, which is quite an honour and a privilege really. So there for 3 days. Rab's up with me as well. We're just got a stand with Brandic, so he's going to be working and I'm going to be floating around. So what we hope to do is cover some of the show later on in this episode. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep giving us your thoughts and ideas on what you want to see. Okay, so this week's clip is a new clip. A package we filmed back end of last year, towards the end of the summer I think. Effectively, one of the guys that comes up here quite a lot, Carl, had got some ground. Quite nice fallow ground, bit of a problem with fallow actually, quite big numbers, quite tricky to stalk, a lot of public access, thick woodland. We were hampered a little bit because there'd been a lot of rain, so it was quite wet, and this is the evening stalk. So we met him down just on the outskirts of Telford and he took us out onto the ground for an evening stalk on fallow. So hope you enjoy that.
These conifer trees on the bank, they're either laying there or they're on that bank there.
Right.
And then they generally move out onto the crop.
What is this, really then, a lock or what?
This is just a pool, yeah,
Just
a fishing pool, yeah,
right, okay.
just a fishing pool, yeah, just a natural pool, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's on the back. It's where those trees cross in it. If I move, I can't shoot. If I move, I can't shoot.
It's like there's two to the right.
Yeah. Now, I got another shot. I threw a load of crap. Come to your right. Play a shot here. Hang on. One thing I do want to do is to just introduce...
Whoa. So, is this a new cat by any
Oh yeah.
chance, Christopher?
Thank you, darling. Thanks, Viking, I like that. I must take the cardboard out of the hat. Right, cut that. Okay, the other thing, we're actually delighted to be been shortlisted for an award this year with the Scottish Game Awards 2024. These awards are set up and run by Scottish Land and Estates, and we do quite a lot of work with Scottish Land and Estates. We're very much of the same ethic. They're very much trying to promote the sustainability of hunting, the ethic of hunting, game shooting, the sort of benefits of wild venison and so on. And that's very much something close to all our hearts at South Ayrshire Stalking. And some of the nominations for the awards, really people that we kind of look up to. So it's really humbling in many respects for, you know, our little company, South Ayrshire Stalking, and the individuals involved to be recognised. And this year we were shortlisted in the Conservation and Sustainability in Sporting category. We were shortlisted. Unfortunately, we didn't actually win it, but that's not the point. Actually, just to be recognised for what we're doing, and the number of organisations now that are sort of following the same ethic as us, it's quite humbling. So we attended the ceremony this afternoon, and here's the certificate.
I've got some more good news. We were actually entered into two. We were finalists in two categories for these awards. So this one's a Game Champion of the Year. This one here was actually won by Winston Churchills of Argyll. Massive congratulations to those guys. Well deserved. But as Chris says, for us to be entered into the same, anywhere near the same category for such small, humble beginnings as we are, is fantastic. These are the first awards that Chris has been entered to as finalists and not won, so he's pretty gutted.
You weren't going to say that?
Yeah, we were.
All right, okay. Right then. Yeah, I am gutted. No, seriously. Always nice to have what you're doing recognised, especially by people that we respect. And Scottish Land and Estates are doing a lot of great work. I had some great conversations with the team there sort of this afternoon. I managed to get a beer out of them as well, which was very nice. So quite chuffed. You?
Very chuffed, mate. Oh, so you managed to get a beer while I was away back doing all the work?
You weren't going to mention that either?
I was.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I did have a beer and he didn't get one. Thanks, guys.
Onwards and upwards.
Okay, so we're at the Scottish Game Fair here with Josh on the Brandic stand. Now, I've got to say I'm working as an ambassador for Brandic, but anybody that knows me knows that I do not wear rubbish kit. The kit that I use has got to be good. I'm out in it every day in all weathers, although Rab says that I avoid the rain these days. There's probably some element of truth in that, but not joking apart. Footwear, ex-military man, you are taught very early on that one of the most important parts of your kit and body are the things that you walk on.
Ex-RAF, I might add.
I knew he was going to say that. So basically, I didn't go out in the wet even when I was in the Air Force, and I don't go out when I'm stalking now. But anyway, on the odd occasions that I do, I like dry feet. Probably had these, what, Josh, about 18?
I think it's about 18 months that you've been wearing them now, yeah.
18 months, and I love them. I like a high leg boot. Normally wear them with the trousers tucked in, and in the high vegetation and heather that we walk in all the time, which can shred boots, these have stood up to it extremely well. But like any boot, they need looking after, and I do look after my boots. What I've been interested in, though, is the sort of new boot that you're launching, which I've just started wearing, and I like them. But you know, what are the main differences?
So the Cervo Rosso is something that we've had in our range for about 10 years now. And you know, we wanted to bring something back that kind of showed off the best in really thick leather. So as you know, they can really take a beating. Yeah. It's nice and hydrophobic, so it's the air-facing side of the hide, as you can see by its shine. So then it means the moisture and the mud runs off it really nice. And it's also using the Norwegian welt. So it's something a bit more classic, something incredibly hard-wearing. Yeah. But over the last few years, we've seen a bit of a gap in our range that we wanted to make something that made it a little bit more flexible, a little bit more lightweight, and it's also a bit more breathable. So obviously with a closed off pore boot leather like this, it's closed off the pores so the moisture beats off it a lot easier. Yeah. But with Nubuck, it's actually all been exposed pores. So with that, you allow the breathability to increase, but it's also really hard wearing. but it's incredibly flexible as well compared to something that's more like a full grain.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a high leg boot, and commonly with brand new high leg boots, they're awkward at first.
Yeah,
There's a bit of a wearing period, but I didn't find that.
Yeah.
I didn't find that at all with these. They're very comfortable, and the fit's good for as well. I mean, I am a standard size 9, and they fit me perfectly. So they're true to size. That's one thing that's important. And you don't need to buy oversized.
Of course.
And you can also wear them with a thin sock. Now, some boots you need to wear a thick stock, otherwise you're going to get rubs and all the rest of it. I didn't find that with these.
Definitely. It's something that actually really helps with the lacing pattern that we've used in both of the boots as well. So you've got the roller lacing eyelets that are on both of them, and it really just helps you get the right tension that's on the boot itself.
Yeah.
But luckily, you know, all being handmade as well, the fit of them are actually fantastic. And something that you especially get with Italian footwear is, like, I'm sure many of you will be used to, is that you get quite narrow lasts as well. So a lot of people quite struggle, especially in the UK and Northern Europe, they struggle to find a boot that really fits them well.
Yeah.
But because we've designed these ourselves, we've actually made these in a wider fitting
The set's
last.
falling down.
No, all over the place.
Rab probably built that.
But we've made it on a wider fitting last as well. So, you know, we've made sure that it's really suited to the UK market to give you plenty of space. So it just results in a really well fitting boot.
Did I pick up earlier on though that you can completely change the?
Yeah, of course. So we've used.
See, that's unusual, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the thing that you get, so this is called a cemented construction, where the boot itself is made on the last, and then you cement the midsole and the outsole construction directly onto the bottom of the boot. What that allows you to do, you can maybe replace the outsole on this probably once, definitely once, potentially twice, depending on how well they've been looked after. But after that, that's then pretty much done because we've only got one midsole to play with.
Yeah.
But luckily with the Norwegian route, where you've got this midsole here and the outsole, the vamp of the boot itself is actually turned and doubly stitched on to this lighter bit of leather here.
Right.
And that's where the midsole and the outsole construction then cemented onto. So what that allows you to do is you can replace it time and time again. So we actually have a lot of people, you know, that need boots that are built up for, you know, like when they have different lengths of legs. We can do that for them as well, so it makes it really adjustable. But if you look after your leather in a boot like this, you can replace the outsoles in mid-time, time and time again. You can have them for the rest of your life, you know.
I think it's looking after it. That's the key.
You know, like with any leather boot, you know, the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out. But leather is by far the best material for making footwear because it comes to learn your foot and it's nice and soft and supple, but it's also very hard wearing. So when you start into using other materials, other synthetic materials, you don't have the same fit and they don't come to learn your foot as well. But you know, with that, you do need to look after them. So everybody gets the chance to try them on as well.
So sort of generally, what do you? I mean, this is the. I was here last year. Seems about the same to me. What's the feel? Good.
Yeah, it's been okay. It's been okay. You know, it's like it's always a fantastic Scottish show, the Scottish Game Fair. It's always fantastic to come down. It's on home soil. You know, we have a lot of friends here that we've known for absolutely years. You know, I've been coming here since I was a boy, so it's always really nice to come along and see everybody. But you know, like with what's going on in the economy right now, you know, it kind of seems like every month's a bit different. So you know, it's a bit up and down. So we had a slow morning. Had a great afternoon.
I've seen you've had a right flurry
yeah,
of
that's
action.
it.
Because the sun's out.
That's it. So everybody's come out to beer tent to come spend some money, you know. But no, it's been a fantastic show, and we always love coming up here, you know. So
Good. Awesome. Okay, so hope you enjoyed that clip. Coming up shortly is Rab. What's coming up shortly?
But next coming up is me taking you through the Nordic Roe call as a carry on from our sort of series of row calls.
Yeah, and actually that's now, we're getting to a time now where there's a time to start practicing. I still see all the stuff now about people saying, they're rutting. No, they're not. It's too cold, it's too early. Not yet in Scotland. Maybe in the south of England, but not here.
Curious ones might come into the call, but all you're doing is educating them.
Yeah. I mean, I would say we'll not be seeing much till for another, fortnight yet? I mean, peak of the rut here is always
10 days, 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's into August. Weather orientated, but don't call too early. But this is worth watching.
Hi guys, Rob Miller here from South Ayrshire Stalking and Talon Gear. Following on from our series of roe deer calls, we're going to move on now to the Nordic Roe. Again, obviously from the Buttolo, quite simple, not any real skill involved. Whereas the Nordic Roe, it requires the user, i.e. you, to have a bit of practice on this, and obviously it's up to you as to how good the call is and how you use it. I use this call mainly for 2 types of calls, as the butterlow, so fawn in distress and obviously receptive female. 3 bands here will allow you to alter the pitch. Getting the pitch right is probably the most important, so practice, 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 but also test. If you're not getting any return from your calling and you know the rut is in full swing, just try adjusting the tone slightly, and that can be done by moving the rubber bands around. But you can adjust the tone by pressing harder on the green elastic band here with your lip. So just to show the different tones, I'm not adjusting the rubber. So I'm pressing my lip hard against the elastic band. Less pressure and very little pressure. So you need to work out which pressure works best for you, for which tone. You can actually make it, by adjusting the pressure as you're blowing, you can change the tone all the way through the call. Makes it sound more authentic. I always have my finger over the hole just to mute the sound a little bit. So the first call I'm going to go through again is the fawn stroke kid in distress. Short, sharp bips with short gaps in between. And then secondly, we're going to go into the receptive female, so receptive doe, which should get the does coming in. Similar tone, similar pitch, longer pauses in between. So more of a that was me adjusting the tone there because the second one wasn't right. So you just try and, it's all about feel and obviously sound. So get practicing, guys, and I'll look forward to the next instalment where we'll be going through the cherry tree roe deer call.
Okay, so thanks for watching as always, and please keep the comments coming. Just a little bit of an update. We'll be back again in a fortnight's time. We are hoping to go weekly, but bear with us. It's just a fortnight at the moment. We'll be continuing the last one in Rab's masterclass. I'm going to bring you a review of the i3, the infrared EH35 thermal. So I've had that now for about 4 months. I'm going to cover that and my thoughts about that. But the other thing we want to start to introduce is kind of a bit of a best of British feature. So effectively we look at some of the British companies out in our industry, if you like, and we'd like to sort of promote and showcase them because I don't think we get enough of that. So tune in. We've also got some news.
Right guys, so if you tune in for in the next fortnight for the next show, we've got a giveaway to give you. We're not going to tell you what it is, and you've no idea how unusual this is because this guy doesn't give anything away. So keep your eyes open for that. I personally would also like to thank for the comments on the last show. Keep them coming, guys. And also for the guys that actually come up and says, "Oh, you must be Rab." It's the first time I've ever been recognised outside, obviously, my old profession, but thank you very much for that, guys.
Just a point on that, can you stop doing that, because he's becoming insufferable, very difficult to work with. He's becoming to get a bit of a prima donna and he actually wants to do less work. So we'll have none of that, please. Can you just concentrate on me and Zosha and leave him out of it?
I'm learning from the best.
Oh, I like that. Thanks for watching. So it's good night from me.
And it's good night from him.
And remember, watch this space. See you in a fortnight.
Cheers, guys.
That's good. I like that. That's good.